welcome back to The Giving Goshow. Your coach Reynoso here with my boy
Soltero. What's up, y'all?
Goals galore today in the UEFA Champions League. Really fun to watch if you're a neutral. Tough to watch if it's against your own team, as we saw today with your beautiful ATLETI taking 4 goals from Arsenal in the second half. Arsenal really begging the question, can they win the Champions League this year, man? What a result.
What a result, bro. I mean, I think just this moment that second half started, it was going to be almost an impossible task for Atletico. Arsenal just having a lot of the ball, attack. Once that first goal went in, I was like, okay, I don't know if we're going to get out of here with it looking pretty, bro. I just didn't have my hopes up. And once that second goal went in, a beautiful goal from Martinelli, I clicked away, and I looked back, 10 minutes later, 4-0. And I was
floodgates. Floodgates. The writing was on the wall, as they say with this one. Once Arsenal really got going in that second half, they were hinting at it in the first with opportunities, just unable to finish. And once you see Gyökeres getting his brace, getting 2 goals as well, I mean, it was a party because these Arsenal fans love to see Gyökeres score. Their latest addition, the summer offseason, delivering here. Martinelli with his amazing goal, and Gabriel with that set-piece magic that they've shown all season long. It was a party for Arsenal. And for Atletico, I mean, I feel like I kind of saw what they were trying to do in this game. Diego Simeone's game plan going into this match. I mean, looking at the squad difference, looking at the players that Atleti has versus Arsenal, there's only one way that you could have approached this game. And it was just hoping for Arsenal to not finish off those opportunities in the first half and rely on some Julian Alvarez magic, which almost did come your way.
Almost.
Off of an incredible shot. If it's just a couple inches down, maybe Atleti finds themselves up 1-0, and this could be a different result. But once that shot missed, you kind of got that feeling that, man, this might be the limitation to the plan here. And Arsenal, if they get a goal, it's done. It's over, and I think it showed.
And I really would love to know, people watching this, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you really, truly think about Atletico as a team? Because I voiced my opinion pretty much obviously all season long, and all last season is pretty much the same. I just see this team as very, very limited at the end of the day. We have good players. I cannot give enough praise to Julian Alvarez. We get good performances from players like Llorente, for example. Barrios puts in good performances pretty much on a week-to-week basis. There's not a lot to criticize, other than the fact that when we play against teams that are better than us, I just never really have the confidence to say that Atletico can get the win. We can keep games tight. We really can. We play this game again, Arsenal Atletico. Maybe it's 1-0, and maybe we make it 1-1, right? But I don't think we have the capability to beat Europe's best teams 2-3-4-0 like Arsenal do. I don't think we have that capability. And so I just think this is the reality of Atletico Madrid. We might be able to compete in La Liga, but when it comes to teams like this, like Arsenal, I will never really back Atletico to actually get the win.
Absolutely. And I don't even want to be that harsh on Atletico, because I think this says more about Arsenal and the echelon that they're reaching, the level that they're getting to now. They look like they're beyond what we saw last year. They look like they've learned from that semifinal run, a really impressive semifinal run in this tournament. They've grown from that. They've added to it. And the depth that they now have at their disposal, I think, has taken up this Arsenal team from what would have been like an 8, 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10 level team to a 9.5, maybe 10 out of 10 when they're fully on it, bro. This Arsenal team is starting to look fully realized, man. Fully realized. And the way that they look so dominant today, the atmosphere that we saw at the Emirates Stadium, the fact that after this game they now remain in 3rd place in the UEFA Champions League table, is the first time I think I feel in this setting, in the UEFA Champions League setting this year, that Arsenal could absolutely contend for the title, bro. Like, just objectively, I think they have the team now to be able to do it. They have the tools at their disposal. They did this today without Odegaard, bro. Whereas last year, Odegaard gets injured. I don't know if they can pull out as convincing of a victory against a feisty Atletico team. The signs are all there, man. It's starting to look really, really positive for Arsenal. I'm really starting to think this might be the year that they do it.
Absolutely. And you have to look at the offseason that Arsenal had. who are the players that have really stepped up, in Odegaard's absence, for example? It's guys like Zubimendi, it's guys like Eze, who just got brought into the summer. And then, of course, you have Gyökeres, who got into the summer as well. Not that he's scoring a lot of goals. I think this is actually his first goal in like 9 games.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's able to occupy that 9 position, whereas in the past, Arteta was having to use midfielders in that position, and that would take away from their own midfield as well. So just the depth that they've added this season, I agree. I think it's all adding to the fact that Arsenal now are title contenders for the UEFA Champions League.
Massive result. Arsenal fans, I want to know what you think in the comments after defeating Atletico Madrid here and just showing once again why you guys are genuine contenders in this tournament. What is funny, though, is that above them, yes, there are games in hand still with some teams remaining to play their third game. In first and second place are the teams that finished first and second place last year. PSG in first, Inter Milan in second. Let's talk about that with PSG today, scoring 7 goals. Yeah. 7 goals on Bayer Leverkusen, a team that is dealing with injuries going into this match. No Malik Tillman, no Kwanzaa, no Patrick Schick, no Lucas Vazquez, no Ezequiel Palacios, no Nathan Tella. But regardless, I think the result would have been the same, man, with the way that this PSG team has finally figured out how to master this tournament, bro, because I mean they're missing players as well, and we got to see the return of guys like Desiree Doue and Dembele in this match. The quality, ridiculous. The skill, the goals, just absolutely beautiful. With Bacho scoring the first one, it ends up being 7 goals, bro, in a game that saw red cards, missed penalties, and 9 goals overall.
Yeah, shit, you cover the whole damn thing. That's it. That's it, bro. There's nothing else here.
I mean, yeah, there's no real takeaway, right? Because PSG is just continuing their narrative, and Bayer Leverkusen in trouble, bro. Do you think they'll make it into the playoff stage even?
Ooh, interesting. A lot of teams get in the playoff stage. It's actually
they're right on the fringe. So that's the fun part about Bayer Leverkusen is the race for 24th place.
Dang. Right now, I would say no, but maybe we revisit that question once half games have been played.
We'll revisit it. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah,
they have yet to win in this tournament. 5 goals scored, 10 goals conceded now, with 7 coming at PSG disposal. And as I mentioned, in second place, you have Inter Milan, who today defeated Union Saint-Gilloise 4-0 away from home. What'd you think about this match? Because Union was up for it in that first half, but then what happened?
Yeah, well, then Inter Milan, and as they've been showing last month, use all of that experience, all of their actual talent that they have, and showcase it. Got a nice 4-0 win, but Saint-Gilloise, man, if you saw snapshots of each game they've played in the Champions League, you would think this team might be doing something crazy. Might be in like 10th, 12th place, right underneath the automatic 8, because they play such good offensive football, and that's what they showed today in the first 20 minutes against Inter Milan. There was a moment, Promise David gets onto the end of a really beautiful curling through ball. He gets absolutely big, bodies the Inter Milan defender, takes him all the way, but just doesn't have the finish. And then after that, there was a goal line clearance that was required from Lautaro Martinez to keep it 0-0. I do not know how Saint-Gilloise did not go up 1-0 early in the match. It wasn't going their way. And then Inter Milan took over. Bisek gets big on the end of a corner kick. He knocks it down. And Dumfries is there to pick up the pieces from Bisek's header. And then Lautaro Martinez makes it 2-0 right before the half with a beautiful finish. It's striker class, as good as it comes. And the second half was just Inter Milan taking care of business. It was just more of how they finished the first half.
Yeah, I think this Union Saint-Gilloise team offensively is fearless, bro. Offensively, they don't care what defensive line they're going up against. They're going to give it everything. And if anything, I would bet on them to generate 1 or 2 pretty good chances against any defense in Europe. That's how good this offense is. Defensively, though, a little spineless against these elite squads, man. That's 2 results in a row, conceding 4 goals, and it could have been worse had Lautaro Martinez had his shooting boots on, because he had a couple more options, a couple more chances to score that he just completely fluffed. It makes for a fun team, a very entertaining team, because they can offer so much up front, but then they're also on the back foot a lot of the game. And I think it makes sense now seeing them play against really tough squads in Inter Milan and Newcastle, that there is a limitation to this squad. And I don't want to be too harsh on them, because I do think if they face off against a team of their level, they can definitely win and they can definitely vie for a playoff spot in the UEFA Champions League. But against the elite teams, I don't know if they can be those the giant slayers that maybe I was hoping for to see from a feisty underdog team that plays in Belgium.
Yeah, I think this loss, and especially the way it went, just solidified that for me for sure. Now I'm looking at the other teams in Saint-Joel's bucket, like Bodo Glimt and Karabaj, to see if they're actually real. To see if they can actually continue the decent start that they've gotten off to, specifically Karabaj. And can they hold on against more elite sides? I think the answer is no for Saint-Joel. They can't do it. But for Karabaj specifically, the answer is still up in the air. We're going to find out.
In terms of teams outside of the top 5 leagues in Europe, Karabaj is having the best UEFA Champions League campaign so far. 2 games, 2 wins, 6 points, in 10th place right now. And they're set to match off against Atleti Club tomorrow. That should be fun to watch. Let's move on over to Barcelona versus Olmpiacos. Another high-scoring result, with the headlines being Fermin Lopez getting a wonderful hat-trick in this game. Marcus Rashford enjoying life in Spain. And the return of Lamine Yamal in the Champions League as he scores a penalty here to make it 6-1. Goals galore for Barcelona as Fermin Lopez continues to show why he is so integral to this team and this offense in this match.
Yeah, the first 2 goals, just really good combination play. The second one, Dro Fernandez, the youngster that we highlighted a couple weeks ago, providing a nice little slip pass to Lopez, who finishes it brilliantly. It's interesting. It was 2-0 at the end of the first half, but Olympiacos were honestly not playing that bad. And at the start of the second half, they actually come back, make it 2-1. And based off of what we've seen in La Liga, I was like, okay, like this could get shaky for Barcelona. It's been shaky. Then there was a second yellow card that just completely ruined it for Olympiacos. I don't think it's a second yellow. It's a flailing arm. It barely hits the Barcelona's player's face. I think it's harsh. I'd say it's actually disrespectful to Olympiacos. It's just disrespectful.
Degrees.
It really is, man. And nothing on Barcelona. I just think it's an awful mistake from the referee. Barcelona say thank you very much, ref, and they go on to score 4 more.
Yeah, that's the story. That's the story, bro. That's literally what happened today.
Tough.
That's what happened. It's tough out there. Dro Fernandez, this was really my first time really keying in on him and watching him. Looks like yet another promising player coming out of La Masia. Ridiculous how they can just churn these players out. And ridiculous how comfortable they look, man.
That's what really shines
don't get
about
it.
him.
I don't get how they prepare him for this. Like, do they put him through some like weird psychological test to see if he can handle being on the pitch and looking like an adult out there, man, looking like an experienced player? His decision making was really, really solid. I'm not saying he was the most amazing player or anything, but I thought he was really, really good. And from what I heard about his first appearance, it's really solid as well. Just La Masia doing La Masia things, bro.
I did. I had the same takeaway again today, and when we saw him a couple weeks ago. It's just insane how comfortable they are in tight offensive situations. That's what really stands out. Because in the pocket, Dro Fernandez, he gets the ball, he's able to turn, he's able to slip it, he's able to take on a player. And he's not exceptional. It's not there yet, although I could see him growing into an insanely good attacking midfielder. But he's so good at everything offensively from a midfield perspective. It's beautiful to watch. And it just makes me wonder, like, what are the Real Betis academies, what are the Mallorca academies not doing? Because they can't get one guy just like that. Because Dro Fernandez, again, he's good, but he's not like Lamine Yamal level of a midfielder. But, dude, a team like Betis would kill for a dynamic midfielder like Dro Fernandez. They can't even get one.
They can't. No. At the rate that Barca produces them, no chance, bro. No chance. And I also want to highlight Rashford, making me forget about Rafinha. I'm forgetting that Rafinha is a part of this team who was an insane Ballon d'Or contender this past season, dealing with injuries. Rashford is completely looking so comfortable out there and is doing his good work on that left wing, bro. Doing great work, scoring 2 goals today. And in the past, he's just been really, really solid. Fermin is making me forget about Olmo. And then Lewandowski's not even here either. Like, he's also dealing with injuries and been in and out of the lineup so far. Credit to Barcelona so far, dealing with the injuries that they've had with rotation, but having more depth offensively, which I did highlight was a good part about the offseason that they had. I think it's showing in these games where they continue to score 6, 5, 4 goals, whether or not they have their top stars up front.
Yeah, Rashford's finishing has been great, man. He's scoring some like truly world-class goals. And yeah, you're right. Like it's making you not need Rafinha, which is crazy to say considering he's a Ballon d'Or contender.
Yeah, 100%.
Ridiculous. But for Barcelona, this ends up being a really, really good win. It was tight for like a good 60 minutes. They had to work really hard. Olympiacos, again, playing against another tough team, right? They played Arsenal in the match week before, played well as well. Olympiacos just with a tough draw, man.
Yeah,
tough draw.
So far, yeah, I'm looking at it. 1 draw, 2 losses. They're in 32nd place at the moment. It's early, but yeah, tough draw so far. And Barca's in 9th place, scheduled to face off against Club Brugge. That should be an interesting one. That should definitely be an interesting one. Let's move on over to another La Liga squad, Villareal, losing at home to Manchester City, with the one and only Erling Haaland continuing his goal-scoring streak, scoring his 53rd UEFA Champions League goal, I think to remain in the top 10 of all-time UEFA Champions League goal scorers. Really, really good finish. Really beautiful goal. We talked about it at the weekend. Haaland is going to single-handedly carry this Manchester City offense if he continues at this pace. He's going Super Saiyan. It's crazy, but we also pose the question, are there any other players that can step up offensively to join him in the attack? Today we saw it from Bernardo Silva, getting a really nice header finish to make it 2-0, and Manchester City sees the result out. Villareal just not able to really generate much.
Yeah, this was just an easy win for Manchester City, and it's all credit to them because I think for the last month or so, City's probably been one of the more consistent teams in all of the Prem and all of Europe. So City on a hell of a run right now.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to keep watching them. I want to see what team is going to make them stumble, because right now it doesn't seem like City's going to stumble at all. I need to see them play against tougher opponents. Villareal just didn't have it today. This was a very professional, very dominant performance for Manchester City, where they got 2 goals early, held on. Very easy win at the end of the day.
Yeah, good campaign so far. 2 wins, 1 draw. They're scheduled to face off against Dortmund. That should be a better competitive match.
I'm going to like that one.
Dortmund today defeating FC Copenhagen away from home in Denmark. 4-2, man. God, so many goals today.
I know, bro. So many.
So many goals with an absolute beauty from Felix and Mencha. That was the one I wanted to highlight. An insane feint with the ball coming at his feet, makes the defender bite at the top of the box, creates space, blasts into the back of the net. I think it hits the post on its way in, and Dortmund gets the lead in that moment. And some craziness. I mean, what happened in this game ultimately to see 6 goals total getting scored, but Dortmund on the winning side.
Yeah, and Mencha, his second goal too, where he receives the ball at the top of the box. He's got a defender just clawing at him the entire time. He takes it. He just shoots the ball. Gets a little lucky with the deflection, but it goes in for Dortmund at that time too. So Mencha had a hell of a day in front of goal. Dortmund needed it though, because this game got very, very tight for large portions in this match. Although it's just hard to see Copenhagen really pull off a win against a team like Dortmund. I'm going to be completely honest. Okay. They played well, but I just felt like Dortmund broke their lines a little bit more often, and with clinical finishing as they showed today, Dortmund's always going to outscore a team like Copenhagen. This is what Dortmund do, though, and this is why I think they should always be feared in the Champions League. They're so experienced. They can hurt you if you give them even an inch of space. And yeah, the result is Dortmund, even in a tight match, score 4 goals against Copenhagen here. Man. So this is another good result for Dortmund.
Another one, as they're now in 4th place in the Champions League. I mean, I think they're destined for another classic Dortmund run where they go to the quarterfinals one way or another, man.
Exactly.
I think they really are, bro. Dortmund, credit to them, getting the results when they need them, scoring lots of goals. I'm just going to keep waiting for them to face off against an elite squad and to beat them. That's all I'm waiting for now, because they've answered every other question. Yeah. Can they face off against a top team, a PSG and an Arsenal, Liverpool? There's There's a good amount of teams. I'll say like 8 teams that I want to see them matched up against.
I think
I need them to win.
Well, I think with City's form, that'll be the one. Like the one you just mentioned. I think that'll actually be if Dortmund win that match, I will genuinely be surprised.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah. Dortmund getting a 4-2 victory. And what was the third highest scoring game of this? And what was the third highest scoring game of today, bro? Jesus Christ. Because we had PSV host Napoli in an 8-goal fest. Yeah. Good Lord. PSV scoring 6.
PSV scored 6. Dude.
6, man.
6.
Napoli, defending Serie A winners, getting absolutely trampled here today in the Netherlands. PSG's best result of the season the fans, my God, they were up for this game, and some good goals with Ricardo Pepi getting on the scoreboard too. Complete domination from PSV.
It really was, though. This game was tight. It was end-to-end in the first 30 minutes. Both teams actually having chances. It was Napoli who broke the deadlock. McTominay getting on the end of a cross from Spinazzola, 1-0, but immediately after that, Perisic slings in a ball, and it is a freak own goal from Buongiorno. A freak own goal. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. I do not know how it honestly I really have no idea. But that ultimately starts the comeback from PSV, and at that point, they don't look back. There's a crazy counterattack that's brilliantly executed from PSV. Saibari gets the ball at the halfway mark of the field. He goes all the way, makes it 2-1 for PSV. And then at that point, bro, Napoli just looked desperate. They looked kind of out of ideas. They were just pushing the ball forward with no real fluidity, no real class. Whereas when PSV would get the ball, you could see they had intent to hurt Napoli. And every time they went forward, it looked like PSV were going to score. And the thing is, they did. They were going to score 4 more goals in that second half. And it wasn't luck. It wasn't anything like that. It was truly just clinical passing from PSV. Just a gorgeous display of offensive football from the Dutch side.
What does it say about Napoli then, man? I mean, the signs of concern have been there.
It's been there.
Domestically and in the Champions League. They're having a bad Champions League campaign so far, having lost to Man City in their first game 2-0. And then they beat Sporting CP by only 1 goal. Yeah. And then they do this. They do this. I'm thinking this team might be on fraud watch, man.
I agree. My takeaway after this match, I think this is my last straw for Napoli.
Yeah, it might be a minute.
I've been watching them for honestly on a weekly basis for this whole last month just to see, are they going to contend in Serie A? Are they going to be a deadly team in Champions League? I think this solidifies it for me. I'm putting them on fraud watch entirely, bro. This is bad. This is really bad for Napoli. Their match against City I thought was alarming because they just didn't compete. Yes, they were down a man for quite some time, but even then I was really disappointed. They've had some really disappointing games in Serie A specifically in these last 3 weeks, starting with that Milan loss.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then this on the road against PSV where, yes, there was a red card, but it was way, way later in the game. PSV were clearly the better side. Napoli can't play teams that are better than them. They just can't.
I don't think so. I mean, having lost to Torino, I don't even know if they can play teams that are worse than them right now. It's the form that they're in right now. And with them scheduled to face off against Inter Milan this weekend, might get worse, man. Might get worse. So Napoli really struggling. Yes, they're in 22nd place, and they might get through in the playoff format. But considering that they were the champions of Italy, bro, they should be in the top 10.
Yeah,
they should be in the top 10.
I guess that's the thing. Napoli's only good for 1 season, right? And then the next season, it's going to be a bust for them.
Newcastle responding well to their loss to Barcelona to start off their Champions League campaign with 2 straight victories today, defeating one of Portugal's best teams, Benfica, 3-0. Finally, the people of St. James Park can see a big result on a European night. I've been wanting this for them, and you could tell they were excited because it was an absolute party. Aaron Gordon. I'm in the NBA mood, bro. Anthony Gordon scoring first today, and then Harvey Barnes getting a brace to close this match out. 3-0 result against Jose Mourinho's Benfica side.
Yeah, that first goal was perfect pressure from Newcastle's midfield. They force the error from Benfica, and when they get it, they slice and dice. Pure geometric football. Beautiful through ball on the right-hand side. You have Gordon with a run. He sees it coming. It's a perfect pass from Murphy. and Newcastle take the lead 1-0. From that point on, I thought Newcastle completely dominated the game. Benfica were trying to hold on as tightly as they could, but they really didn't generate anything after that. Luka Bacchio, I thought, was their best player, but outside of him, there was no threat from Benfica's offense, and Newcastle took care of business, man. That second goal, Nick Pope with the assist.
That's crazy.
And it was a ridiculous slingshotted throw from his goal box. It finds Barnes. He takes it all the way. He still has so much to do, but he gets all the way down there, makes it 2-0. Beautiful for Newcastle here, where they were much the better team. Benfica, if we're talking about teams who might not make playoffs, man, Benfica might not.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, would you rather lose 6-2 like Napoli or let a goalkeeper get an assist in the game against you, bro?
Exactly.
Jesus, man. Jeez, have some pride. Benfica struggling. One of the worst teams in Champions League so far. 3 straight losses. And let me see who that was against, because
Damn, yeah.
3 straight, bro?
Karabaj, Chelsea, and then Newcastle.
Man, that's rough, dude. Yeah. That's rough. But deserved.
Deserved. No,
deserved.
In every game they've played, they've been clearly the worst team.
Kairat Almaty, Pafos FC was the last game of the day. One to watch, man. One to watch with Pafos having some really, I would say, impressive results with their first game in this Champions League campaign coming at the hands of a match against Olmpiacos, where Pafos went down a man. And I remember getting shades of that game in this match because Pafos once again went down a man, but were able to get a point out of that game against Olympiacos, and now here today against Kairat Almaty. 0-0 result. Kairat unable to break down a 10-man Pafos.
Yeah, this is the only close game out of the 9 matches,
Damn.
by the way, which is crazy to think about. This is one of the most straightforward result-wise match days I think we've had in the Champions League. This one ended 0-0. Pafos have a disciplinary problem, man. They really do. They get red cards, I'm pretty sure, like every other game. Not just here in the league phase, but I watched their run in the qualifying rounds. Every game there was a red card on their end. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Is it happening at home too? Is this a home issue?
I need to look if it's happening in the Cypriot League.
I need to know, man.
Maybe it's just an international
issue.
thing. They get really jittery. I don't know what it is, man. But Pafos has a huge problem.
I don't like that at all, bro. What I do like is their grit, though. Once that happens, they seem very, very comfortable being down a man.
Yes.
They really, really do.
Yeah.
And Kairat Almaty struggled to break them. They did have chances. Let's not say that they didn't, because there was one chance that, I can't remember the player, but he's in the box creating space, finds a gap, shoots it, bottom right corner post. And I was thinking, that's the moment. This is what's going to break this Pafos team. Ball bounces towards, what looks like it's going inside, but it ends up riding that line and going out, and Pafos saves themselves. 2 very, very impressive points from Pafos, man, at the end of the day. Looking at the context of what happened in those games, bro, 3 games played, 2 points, well earned for them.
Yeah, honestly, that is the good takeaway for Pafos. They probably shouldn't have any points considering what has happened to them in every single game. For Kairat, though, man, this was the chance to get 3 huge points at home, up a man for 90 minutes essentially. They should have taken care of business here, but they couldn't because of Pafos's tenacity. Truly, 0-0 I actually think was a fair result. Both sides created plenty of chances. Nobody could finish. I think 0-0 was completely fair at the end of the day.
Pafos in 26th place, just right outside that playoff spot, looking in. Hey, man, miracles are possible. This is football. You never know. Pafos could see themselves in the playoffs if they continue getting these impressive results. Let's do goal of the day, match of the day, and performance of the day. Let's start with match of the day. With all these crazy goal-scoring fests that we saw, what was the best game today?
For me, it really was PSV Napoli. I thought some of the goals were so silky. Mauro Jr., had probably one of the best performances of the day. Okay. I thought he was fantastic in his creation offensively with the ball. Great dribble penetration, really good passing. But the game in general was just shocking once you kept seeing PSV just get a goal. Yeah. And then another goal. And then another goal. It's a ridiculous game in my opinion. So for me, match of the day, PSV Napoli.
I'm going Arsenal, Atletico Madrid. It's not every day you see Atleti at Emirates Stadium. So that visual was really cool. Diego Simeone trying his absolute best. Julian Alvarez, ex-Manchester City player, coming to his rival stadium. But the result I thought was also very very vocal. It said a lot about this Arsenal team, at least in terms of the belief they have after 3 games played in this tournament now. I think Arsenal really took a step forward today towards what could be a title-winning season. So give me that match for game of the day. Let's do performance now. You mentioned him. Your boy from PSV. Is he going to get the award for performance of the day? Who are you going to go with?
I'm actually going to go with Fermin Lopez due to him getting a hat trick.
It might have to be him.
And the thing is, all 3 goals were fantastic finishes. That third one, go look at that third goal from Fermin Lopez.
Yeah.
It's a banger, man. He drills the shit out of it. It's a hell of a way to finish the day for Barcelona. Fermin Lopez, I think, with the most all-around performance on the day.
I'm with you. I mean, 3 goals, hat trick is tough to beat that. Give me Fermin Lopez. Yeah. And finally, what was the goal of the day? We had some good contenders for today. I'm gonna go with Lautaro's finish.
Me too.
It's crazy in slow motion, man.
It's beautiful, man.
It's crazy.
I just love the way that he uses the defender to kind of guide it to the top right corner. But the way he uses the defender, it's all in motion. Yeah. Because the defender's closing down on him. It's just beautiful goal to watch.
I recommend people go see it. I would have mentioned Martinelli's goal, which is kind of similar too, opening up his body. But man, that Lautaro finish was absolutely clinical. Yeah. Absolutely clinical. Top bins. Give it to me, man. What a result. Inter Milan 4-0 against Gilloise and Lautaro getting the goal of the day. Folks, let us know what are your selections for awards of the day and just reactions to today's crazy results. We'll be back tomorrow with another recap of UEFA Champions League matches. Till next time, guys. Peace.